Yes, once again, a new episode of our Geek This Week. I don't know what I'm doing with my hands. I'm an idiot. But our Geek This Week, I'm Michael. This is the show where I unbox comics, trades, graphic novels I want to buy. You name it. Well, you know the gist by now. I open comics. I've got too many. Been buying them since 2000. We want to turn this room into a work from home office. But I got to clean it out first, so I need to take care of my shit. So what we're here to do, we're going to jump right into it. We usually cover 5 or so comics, or I should say graphic novels, trades, collections, I'm to buy, whatever you want to call it. And we go from there. So this one actually, let's see here. It's a bigger one. Let's try not to cut myself. Okay, first off, there's a book by Simon Jones. That's not part of this, but I like his work. It's fun to read. Really dark and dire, though. Fun to read. I take that back. I enjoy reading it, but it's very dark. But that's not what this comic is about. Here we go. Number 1 this week is Always Never by Jordi Lefebvre. Basically, the gist is, now that I found you again, I would so love to make a little bit of space for you in my life. A place filled with seagulls and a view of the sea. This is a Dark Horse book. I believe it's about lovers that, over and over through time, they either meet or have chance encounters, or maybe it's different realities, but it sounded like a good old-fashioned romantic type what-if comic. Something that appeals to me. I admit I'm a bit of a romantic and a softie, so I wanted to pick this up, so I did. Kind of like, not exactly, because this is, I think, about people falling in love, but a similar toned book would be Day Tripper from DC. That book is amazing. God, I love that book. I want to go back and read it right now. But anyway, this is something that sounds like it pulls on the heartstrings. So, of course, that speaks to me. Looking forward to reading this. Always Never from Dark Horse. Number 1. Number 2. The Bear by Stefan Nospelius. Heard good things about this. It's basically a book about how to deal with anxiety and depression, but told via the using a bear and a rabbit working together. I have some anxiety. I definitely have some ADHD going on in my life. But like I said, I do deal with anxiety, but not to the level some of my family members do. That's their story, not mine. But this, because the topic is about that, anxiety and depression, but told through this lens of a bear and a rabbit, it was appealing to me. So I'm assuming this is going to affect me in some way. Looking forward to reading it. Maybe hopefully understanding anxiety and depression a little bit more through fiction and bears and bunnies. So, Bear by Stefan Nospelius. Number 2. And that's not for this show, so it's 2 of them this week. Number 3. I gotta quit blocking the mic when I do that. Number 3. Let's see how to open that. So we're gonna cut. Just leave that knife open. Sorry for all the noise. This is... I'm going to butcher this title. But it's Safe Airy... Is it Grazde? I don't know. I know it's a Slavic language. I know it has to do with something in the former Yugoslav Republic. It's by Joe Sacco. The War in Eastern Bosnia, 1992 to 95. I read a previous book by Joe Sacco on this. I don't remember what it's called. A friend of mine, Sean, had suggested it, or I think he may have even given it to me. But Sean is not one to read a lot of comics, but it was basically about the war in Yugoslavia. And I admit I don't know. Like when the civil war in Yugoslavia happened, I really didn't know what was going on. It was the '90s. I was young, but also I didn't fully really understand the situation. But the last one I read, again by this creator Joe Sacco, it gave me some insight into what happened, and it was enough. I think I bought that one used for a pretty good price, but it was enough where I wanted to read more and know more. It's not that I'm necessarily into people going through horrible things, but I guess I'm of the mind that we have to be mindful of the horrible things that we do to each other, so that way we can hopefully think and not do them to each other again. One of those things of people that don't know their history are doomed to repeat it, which fortunately seems to be happening right now in the U.S. with fascism. Won't go down that road too much. Sorry. Anyhow, this is not a superhero book. I'm assuming this is dire. It's about war that happened in the former Yugoslavia, 30 some odd years ago. I'm sure it's somber, but I wanted to know more. So really enjoyed the last book I read, so I picked this up. So that is number 3. All right. Another one. Oh, cool. Well, these are actually together, so maybe I'll do these as one. So, we'll just count these as one. Chainsaw Man, volumes. What is it? Volumes 3 and 4. This is a book that was. I probably mentioned this before, but this is a book that was suggested to me by my stepson. He is a huge manga fan. In return, I think I got him into Kaiju number 8, but he got me into Chainsaw Man. It's deliciously violent. It's about, it's manga. It's about a guy who kind of fuses with this monster, and when he needs to, he changes into not really a hero, but this abomination with a chainsaw for a head and chainsaw for arms. I love the first one. I've been buying them as they come out. I pre-order them. I buy them. They're good. So this is 3 and 4. I think I've read the first 2 volumes. Now 3 and 4 are out. This is by Tutsuko Fujimoto. Chainsaw Man 3 and 4. We'll call this together our 4th thing. Which means I got another big box. Big box. Wrong way. There we go. How about I put my knife down so I don't stab myself in the face? Oh shit, this is huge. Okay, a lot of peanuts in here. A lot of packing peanuts. Number 5 is, oh my goodness. Oh, I recently just bought this one. And let's get it up in here so everyone can see it. Again, sorry for the glare. This is Superman, The Death and Return of Superman Omnibus. So many creators, I can't even name them all. Let's see who's on this. It doesn't even say all of them. But suffice it to say, this covered several Superman books and several other books, including Action Comics, The Adventures of Superman, Green Lantern, Justice League, more Superman, Supergirl, and Team Luthor, and Legacy of Superman. God, there's just a lot. So back in the 90s, they killed Superman. They brought him back. This is that story. I want to sit down and read it all from start to finish again. And again, I kind of have this rule. When an omnibus goes on sale for about 50% of its MSRP, I buy it. This one calls out to me because it came out. I have the original issues. In fact, I was an idiot. We were limited 2. So I bought the normal newsstand edition. And then I also bought the special package edition that had a Superman black armband. But that one was sealed. And I thought, I'll keep that sealed one because it'll be worth more. And then I'll actually read the newsstand edition. Now, we were limited to 2. And I picked one of each. What I really should have done was bought 2 of the packaged one, because I still have that packaged one in my collection. And I've never opened it to look at it, to read the obituary, to see the armband. Had I bought 2 at the time of that special sealed edition, I could have opened one, kept one sealed, but opened one and played with the things inside, or at least looked at them. But no, I did not use proper logic and bought the newsstand edition. So I read the story, but I didn't get to see all the old cool stuff. And I probably never will. I mean, I can see it online. I'm sure people have opened theirs. I can look it up. But I'll never see what's in my bag because I'm not opening it up. So 30 years ago, Michael was an idiot. So some things don't change. Anyway, number 5 this week. The Death and Return of Superman. Omnibus. Okay, that's 5. And actually, I'm starting to run low on packages. So I think we might have one more episode in us before I have to take a break. If you're enjoying these, thank you for taking the time and spending it with me these last 10, 11 minutes. And for all the episodes you've watched. Thanks a lot. If you're enjoying it, hit a subscribe. I will continue to do these once I've gotten through my initial cleaning things out. I'll still be buying comics. I'll probably put them aside because I don't ever have time to read them right away. So I'll probably put them aside and then start tearing through them. And again, I do plan on doing episodes once I read these things and come out and give my review or my take. They may not be very long episodes, but I've got a lot of comics here. I can do many, many, many episodes. So this channel won't be dying anytime soon. I don't think anyway. Thanks for coming by. I appreciate it. And let me know, what's your geek this week?